Welcome to Christmas. Welcome to the History Lord channel. We're joining once again in the studio talking about all things Christmassy. Today we're going to be talking about Christmas trees and Christmas lights. A lot of the festivities and traditions we have range from different religions and paganism. In fact, the Christmas tree derives from the Yule celebration from Scandinavia, where they bring the greenery inside to celebrate the rebirth and new life ahead. The Christmas tree in England became popular in the Victorian times, but we did have Christmas trees here before the Queen Victoria. In fact, the Queen Victoria writes in her diary when she was a 13-year-old back in 1832 about how she's had 2 Christmas trees on the table with candles on. It was in fact Prince Albert in 1841 who made the Christmas trees popular in England. Before that, it was rich and wealthy families in Germany in the 18th century who could afford to have Christmas trees. They were lit with candles that were usually stuck on with wax or held on with pins, and candles by then were still rather expensive to purchase, especially if they were wax candles. Most candles were used of animal fat and tallow. But as I said, it was Prince Albert who introduced the Christmas tree properly to this country around about 1841. In the UK, Christmas lights are usually known as fairy lights, and it was 1881 that the first fairy lights were on display outside the Savoy Theatre. Now, it was owned by a chap called Richard D'Oyly Carte. What a great name that was. And in 1881, they lit the whole theatre with 1,200 lamps for the opening of Gilbert and Sullivan's Iolanthe. The lamps they used were Sir Joseph Swan's incandescent light bulbs, and as I say, they had 1,200 of them lighting up the premiere of that particular opera. London is famous for its extravagant Christmas lights, and Regent Street is probably the most famous of them all. But did you know they didn't have their famous lights until 1954? In 1948, the Regent Street Retail Association got together and put a few Christmas trees up, but in 1954 they decided to illuminate the whole street. Usually they're now sponsored, and that pays for it as well. Other streets followed suit in the late 50s and early 60s, including Oxford Street, Piccadilly, Carnaby Street, Marylebone High Street as well, to name just a few. My favourites at the moment have always been South Morton Street. They always look rather spectacular, as well as New Bond Street. That's just a few of them. We also have the very famous Christmas tree in Trafalgar Square. That is a present every year from the people of Norway to London to thank them for their help during the Second World War. And usually in around about October, the Mayor of Westminster travels to Norway and they select a tree for Trafalgar Square. It's a lovely tradition, and every year it's usually illuminated in the first week of December. Shops also join in with the Christmas spirit, and Selfridges and Harrods always have their famous window displays. My favourite this year has to be, though, at Fortnum & Mason's in Piccadilly. They've turned the entire front of their store into an advent calendar. And we had a video about Fortnum & Mason's clock a few months ago on the channel, and I think they'll put a link just up there for you. There we go. Well, thank you very much for watching today. We hope you've enjoyed the video. If you do want to know what we do outside of these videos, then please go to historylord.co.uk and see about a walking tour of London, or look in the description below and see what the two Jameses do on their YouTube channels elsewhere, but the description is down below. Thank you for watching. Please do watch the other Christmas videos we're doing very soon. Apart from that, happy Christmas, and I'll see you soon. Take care.